The girl suddenly saw it. A monstrous figure had entered her house. In a panic, she quickly crawled under the bed, too terrified to make a sound. The creature wandered around for a moment, but seeing no one, it climbed out through the window and up onto the roof. Layla thought it had left. She sighed in relief, closed the bedroom window, and ran as fast as she could to the living room, intending to lock the main door. But just then, a loud thud came from the roof. Startled, Layla froze in fear as all the electrical devices in her house began flickering wildly, emitting a high-pitched screech. She grabbed her phone to call the police, but the piercing sound intensified, and even the fridge began behaving strangely. Suddenly, she saw the creature again, this time standing on the stairs. Layla retreated to the kitchen and hid in a corner. She had already placed the call, but the creature somehow cut the connection. Things got worse. Her breathing gave away her location. The fridge, now seemingly under the creature's control, moved to trap her inside. The monster slowly approached, and then she saw its true form, an alien with a large head and bulging eyes. Layla screamed and shoved it away, dashing for the door, but she slammed into it and fell to the floor. In a panic, she crawled toward the next room, but an unknown magnetic force began pulling her backward toward the alien. She realized her body was no longer under her control. In desperation, her hand gripped a sharp object, and by sheer luck, she stabbed it into the alien's head. The alien dropped dead on the spot. Overwhelmed by fear and shock, Layla fainted. The next morning, when she regained consciousness, she found herself lying on the floor, right beside the alien's corpse. It all came rushing back. This wasn't a nightmare. It had actually happened. Acting almost mad, Layla grabbed a cloth, wrapped the alien's body, and picked up her phone to call the police again. But the phone no longer worked. All the electronic devices in the house seemed completely dead. She began to suspect that the aliens had the ability to control anything powered by electricity. With no other choice, Layla stepped outside in search of help. Strangely, there wasn't a single soul in sight. An ambulance was overturned in the middle of the road. Nearby houses showed signs of attack. It became clear she hadn't been the only one to face an alien last night. Just as she was trying to process all this, a massive dark cloud began to cover the city and slowly move toward her. Seeing it, Layla ran back to her house in desperation. On the way, she finally saw some of her neighbors, but they looked possessed, standing together with their right arms raised toward the black cloud. Layla was utterly confused. What was happening? Why was everything so wrong? Having no other option, she returned to her house. There, she saw the alien she had killed was already decomposing, with foul-smelling slime oozing from its face. She noticed a slimy trail across the floor, as if something had escaped. Following the trail out into the bushes, she found nothing. Returning inside, Layla lit some candles with a lighter to illuminate the house. She boiled water in 4 pots, readying herself for an all-out war with the aliens. Just as she finished preparing, a strange sound came from outside. A beam of light entered the house, and the alien's corpse suddenly floated upward, disappearing into the light. Layla thought maybe the aliens had finally left. She sat behind a table, watching everything quietly. But, as she turned around, there stood another alien, right behind her. She screamed in terror.